This is Square D's commercial paddleboard manufacturing facility located in Peru, Indiana, a mid-central Indiana community of 15,000. The city of Peru boasts a rich and colorful history dating back to the early traveling circuses that toured the United States, entertaining young and old alike. Around the turn of the century, the American Circus Corporation was one of the largest conglomerates of circus acts in the world, built and maintained their winter quarters just on the outskirts of Peru. Gradually, the industry declined, but the circus heritage in Peru grew and continues today. Peru is known as the circus capital of the world, and with its lasting traditions in the community, it has been placed on the National Register of Historic Places in the United States. The spirit of the community and the circus is best depicted each summer in July when the Circus Festival parades into the streets and businesses of Peru. The area youngsters, many with circus roots, train nearly all year to land a spot as a performer in the greatest amateur show on earth. This yearly tribute to the circuses of old truly embraces Peru's heritage and love for the big time. Peru is also proud to be the new home of the Circus Hall of Fame, which was recently purchased from Sarasota, Florida, and will become a permanent museum and tourist attraction upon its completion. Peru was also the home of the famous songwriter and musician Cole Porter. He is best remembered for songs like In the Still of the Night, My Heart Belongs to Daddy, and I Love Paris. The Cole Porter estate is maintained today in rolling farmland just outside the city. Peru has been the home of Grissom Air Force Base for the past half-century. It is home for an Air Force refueling wing and is the current base for the President's Flying Command Post. Grissom has played a key role in Peru's economy and history. Peru and central Indiana provide a warm, small-town atmosphere with excellent educational facilities and recreational areas like the beautiful Mississinewa Reservoir and State Recreational Area. Peru began as an oil boom town and later became a major railway hub in the Midwest. Square D began its long relationship with Peru on April 9th, 1920. But the original manufacturing facility dates back to 1881 when it was built by B.F. Dow and Company, whose principal products were portable engines and threshing machines. In January of 1892, it was purchased by the Peru Electric Manufacturing Company. Square D purchased Peru Electric in 1920 and began manufacturing much-needed porcelain bases and various electrical components used in safety switches. As the business grew, so did the manufacturing space. And in 1927, a new tunnel-type kiln was built to provide continuous production of porcelain bases. By 1935, Bakelite presses were added to mold circuit breaker components, and this product remained in Peru until a modern circuit breaker manufacturing plant was built in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Growth and expansion continued, with the most recent addition in 1982. At present, the Peru manufacturing facility is housed on 27.5 acres of land with more than 400,000 square feet of usable space under roof. Peru's product lines include I-Line and NQOD paddleboards, switchboard products, motor control centers, and is also a source plant of manufactured components for a variety of other Square D facilities around the United States and Canada. Our customers include original equipment manufacturers who utilize our paddleboards and related equipment in their own products. Square D Peru also provides electrical equipment to independent contractors through a company-wide distributor network servicing the private sector. Today, the Peru plant is the oldest existing manufacturing operation in the company. Over the past half-century, change, modernization, and innovation have always been a part of the challenge to provide the facilities and technologically superior equipment to best design and manufacture our finished products. These changes have also played a vital role in our approach to the nearly 500 employees in Peru. Their goals are direct: to solve the problems that they face on the job and to formulate action strategies that result in our ability to provide a level of customer service and quality unmatched in the industry. Our employees working together have transformed an outdated manufacturing plant into an integrated system of work cells, utilizing modern equipment and just-in-time manufacturing techniques. They have focused their efforts and have begun to meet the challenges of foreign competition. This has been accomplished by lowering product and manufacturing costs and reducing customer lead times to levels that provide a competitive advantage. In 1985, our management team, engineers, and experienced production people set out to develop new and innovative ideas that would ultimately lead to a complete makeover of the Peru plant. 4 basic goals emerged from this process, and they became the springboard for subsequent activities. The first goal was to reduce the cycle time for products from weeks to a matter of days. Secondly, we wanted to make a dramatic reduction in the amount of work in process. Third, we wanted to strive to enhance our quality capabilities by developing systems and processes that ensured that quality was built into our products and not merely inspected after the production cycle was complete. Last, and most importantly, we wanted to develop a teamwork-focused atmosphere with direct employee involvement in the daily decision-making necessary to have the responsiveness we desired. Initially, the experiment was an information-gathering project, but soon we began to move equipment and construct our first integrated work cell in a group that fabricated and assembled the boxes in which we mount our electrical equipment. We built on the integrated work cell concept and began to reorganize the entire manufacturing system into small factories within the factory. Action teams were developed to organize and plan the layout and schedule for changing the various product lines over into integrated cells. The action teams were made up of engineers and production employees who had valuable first-hand knowledge of existing problems and potential bottlenecks. The NQOD panelboard work cell is a clear example that illustrates the transformation from old to new. The cell consists of multiple activities going on simultaneously. Fabrication of necessary component parts to build the units take place in the perimeter of a horseshoe-shaped assembly track. Finished products leave the group in only specified quantities. The concept is basic. Make just enough parts to satisfy the order and feed the parts directly to the assembly track without unwanted inventory or time delays. Let's follow the system from raw material to finished product. Rails make up a basic component of the framework of the panel board. The rails begin with coil stock fed into a power feed press which blanks out the complete rail. It then moves to a forming operation before it becomes line stock for the assembly track. Bus bars are simultaneously being produced directly behind the brake operation. Pre-plated copper and aluminum raw stock is stored to the side of the press operation to facilitate fast changeovers. The raw stock is selected by the job requirements and holes are pierced. The bars are moved to the next station where a threaded stud is press fit into the end. The bars then transported to the line. Adjacent to this operation, an automatic tapper is tapping the connectors that are universal to the panel boards built on this line. Neutral brackets are fabricated near the beginning of the assembly track. Again, pre-plated aluminum raw stock is used and the neutrals are blanked out. A stud is press fit before delivery to the line. The last fabricated item necessary is the interior trim, which forms the cover for the connectors and the bus bars. This part requires painting and must make a 2-hour side trip to the paint line before it can be delivered to the track for assembly. The assembly activities begin with a neutral subassembly and continues with a series of steps that result in plastic insulators, bus bars, connectors, and rails being assembled together on a rolling sled fixture, passing from station to station until the panel board is complete. Now, the remainder of mounting brackets, labels, and miscellaneous hardware is added. The panel board is then packaged and made ready for shipment. Although not identical in configuration, this system of integrated work cells has been implemented throughout the Peru manufacturing plant. The I-line panel board is the newest adaptation to the system and is functioning to expectations. The box groups have all been reorganized and are fine-tuning their operations to be ready to react quickly to demand and do so with minimal lead time. Providing a healthy working environment, teamwork, quality, and service to our customers have been the cornerstones of our efforts to build Peru into a world-class manufacturer of panelboard equipment. This philosophy has taken on even more significance as we attempt to live the vision of the company, dedicated to growth and committed to quality. Our principles and operating objectives have provided a strong framework to develop our most important resource, people. Employees from all facets of the operation have pooled their talents and formulated small involvement teams to take on the challenges of manufacturing.
In the past 8 to 10 months, we've gone through a lot of changes within the plant. We have gone from having a fabrication department on one end of the building and assembly groups on the other end of the building to having an integrated system of fabrication and assembly all within the same group, using the work cell concept to deliver parts to the assembly lines. One of the biggest things that occurred during all these changes was the change in employee attitude. I think the ability of the people in this plant to get involved and, go along with the transition period that we went through, I think was a compliment to themselves, because it was their efforts and their continued efforts that are going to make this system work.
I took over the NQOD group about 1.5 years ago, and the future of that is what we're looking at today is in JIT making a concept of serving our customers better. And in order to do that is involving others throughout the organization through whether it's managers up above or the line operator, getting everybody involved in it and working together as a team.
The parts required to build an NQOD unit is made right there in the group itself. An order is placed in the morning by the supervisor. It is passed on to the setup men. We proceed to pull our prints, routings, make the parts from scratch to whatever unit is required by the customer. We make it as quick as possible to satisfy the customer, as opposed to, in the past, the parts came from, say, across from the other part of the plant, and in shipment, who knows where it would go. Now it goes directly from the press to the line itself, therefore eliminating transportation time, storage time, just getting lost in the shuffle.
I think our group is doing something rather unique. Our I-Line group is, we have a program and we're calling it Adopt a Family, in which we go out and locate a very needy family within the Peru area. And a family, it's got to be a family that's really trying hard but needs a little extra assistance. And one preferably that has several small children. And we're going to give them a special Christmas that they normally wouldn't have. We started this back in June, and we collect from our group once a month. They give whatever they wish. It's purely volunteer. And we're going to continue to do this until the end of the year. And with this money, we'll buy food, clothing, or whatever the family needs most.
I went to Vision College, and I was really impressed with the fact that the company is serious about quality. They're serious about customer service. And I met a lot of people from different plants and had an opportunity to discuss the vision mission with them. the company discussed with us the directions that we are going and what my role would be in Square D. And the thing that really made me feel good about Vision College was when I reflected back to my own job in Peru, setting up the JIT groups, how I was able to be a part of a team and accomplished setting up a JIT group. It really gave me a good feeling to know that, hey, look where we was 2 years ago, and look where we're at today through teamwork and the leadership that we've got at Square D, the direction and teamwork that we have.
Well, in our group, we're working with a new line called the MHC line, which is the new style trim. And with me being in the productivity program, as well as a couple of the members of my group, we are planning to go to Lexington, Kentucky to see how their conveyor system is set up and their new tape machine, and the whole system is set up to make our job a more productive system. And we've got our own ideas, but we feel that by going down there with an operation already in force, that we may find better ideas to even make theirs work as well as what we may have when we get back.
Well, I've seen a lot of changes, Square D company, especially in the past couple months. I think that all the changes that I've seen have been positive changes. A little more specifically, the past 2 months we've bought 9 pieces of equipment alone just for the machine room area. And we've had several employees involved in purchasing this equipment. And not only have they been involved in deciding on which pieces of equipment we're going to purchase, they've also been involved in everything from purchasing to the actual layout, getting the equipment in place and utilizing this equipment. And a few months ago, I never would have thought that we had been sending people to Chicago, various places out east to purchase equipment. And I think in order for us to remain competitive, we're all going to have to get everybody involved to meet our customer service. Not only purchasing this equipment, it kind of sends out a positive message, not only to me, but everybody here at Square D Company. It kind of shows confidence in each and every one of us that, you guys here at this plant have the ability to get the job done to meet our customer needs. And I think that's one of the biggest changes I've seen here in the past couple of months. Been real positive.
At Square D, we take great pride in our company's progressive history and industry reputation for quality and service. In this spirit of dedication to growth and commitment to quality, Peru employees continue to strive to provide products that consistently meet the needs of our customers and ensure leadership in the panelboard market. In Peru, we're proud of our heritage, our community, and our employees. We believe teamwork makes the difference.